I never thought the people I shared my home with would one day treat me like a stranger. But there I was, standing in the pouring Surrey rain. A suitcase at my feet and the locks changed, all because I told them the truth. My name's Daniel, 35, a site manager who works 14-hour days to keep the roof over our heads. The hour included my wife Sarah and her 3 sisters, Emily, Zoe, and Claire, who'd moved in one by one over the past 2 years. Each time, with a sad story and a promise it was temporary, but temporary turned into permanent, and permanent turned into entitlement. I watched them eat gourmet brunches in their robes while I skipped breakfast to catch the first train to London. I paid for everything, the mortgage, the food, the heating, their Netflix subscriptions. But when I sat them down one night and gently told them that with rising costs, I couldn't keep carrying the weight alone. We needed to cut back if they expected me to continue covering the mortgage. They looked at me like I'd spat on the carpet. I thought they'd be upset, maybe angry, maybe a bit guilty. I never imagined they'd throw me out. That evening, I went for a walk to cool off through the misty lanes of the Surrey countryside, trying to breathe. I returned to find my keys no longer worked, my clothes and bin bags on the porch, and a note that said, "Reflect on your actions." No shouting, no confrontation, just cold, calculated betrayal. Scene 1 ended with a man locked out of his own life. I didn't cry. I didn't bang the door. I stood in the rain, quietly deciding that this was the last time I'd be taken for granted. The second scene opened in East London. In my best mate Callum's spare room, he offered me a drink, said nothing, just let me sit in silence, while the world in my head spun. Over the next week, I replayed every moment the dinners I paid for, the arguments I avoided, the comfort I gave Sarah when her sisters failed her, and now they were a team. The sisterhood, as they called themselves online, with matching selfies captioned "Free Queens." Watched it all from Callum's dusty old laptop. One called me, not once, not even Sarah. That silence spoke louder than any scream ever could. In scene 3, I started acting. I moved my salary to a new account, froze the joint cards, called the energy company, and removed my name from the utilities. Contacted the council and reported unauthorized residence. Even pulled out of a life insurance policy that had Sarah as beneficiary. That was when the calls started. First Emily, then Claire, then Sarah. Voicemails laced with faux concern. "Daniel, this is childish. Why are you being so petty? Come back and fix this." Yes, but the damage was done. They'd thrown me out like rubbish. Now they wanted the bin man to come rescue them? I don't think so. Scene 4 finds them in panic. The electricity cut out, the fridge defrosted, the boiler stopped working. Their little kingdom without a king was crumbling. I drove past one night and saw them huddled in candlelight, wrapped in blankets, arguing about who would cook now that Uber Eats wasn't working and the freezer food had spoiled. That sight, that one single moment, it healed me. Wasn't cruel. I was calm. I didn't break them. I just let them live in the consequences of their own decisions. Scene 5. Months later, I've moved to Manchester, rented a new flat, got a promotion. Started seeing someone, a kind woman named Eliza, who works in publishing and knows what a shared life truly means. We cook dinner together, we laugh. There's no shouting, no entitlement, no Free Queens banners in our living room, just peace. And it's in that peace I realized I never had a marriage. I had a responsibility, duty, a role to play. But now, for the first time, I'm living, not performing. Scene 6, final shot. I get a message from Sarah. Just one word. Sorry. No punctuation. No follow-up. Just silence after that. I never replied. I didn't need to, because I'd already reflected on my actions, and they led me to freedom. They thought they kicked me out of my house. What they didn't realize is that I took everything with me. My pride, my peace, my power, and I've never looked back.